Hey ladies and gents, this is Linda, Chic777, and today I'm coming at you with just a project share that I've done. Normally when I create projects or cards or layouts or whatever, I can't just grab paper and embellishments and start creating. I have to sketch it out. I have to have something concrete to start with. So, and up to now, I've just been sketching on random pieces of paper or on the back of a, bill I've got to pay or something like that. So, when I was at Walmart the other day, I decided that I would look at sketchbooks, and when I did, it must have been my lucky day. Obviously it was, because I got a sketchbook. All the sketchbooks were like rolled back and in price, rolled down or whatever, and they were $2 or $3 lower than they normally were. So I grabbed a sketchbook, and what I like about this sketchbook, it is one that once all the paper's out of it, I can just add normal paper to it, use like my bind it all or something like that, and refill it. So I'm going to get my sign out of the way so we can get started, and I'll show you what I did. Now, when I got the sketchbook, it was black in color, and it was like had a canvas front and back. So this is what I ended up with. And when I created this, I decided that I would put everything on it that I like at this particular point in time. Anything that interests me, anything that is just part of who I am, that's what I wanted to do. So that's what I've done. And, excuse the mess over here. That is just a little sneaky peek at the project I'm working on right now for a swap I'm in. So let me bring this up closer. So what I started with is I gessoed it first because it was canvas, and then I painted it with oyster white acrylic paint, which is kind of an off-white cream color. And then I used a texture paste that I got at Michael's, and it's this texture paste right here. And I use this because it's a really fine, almost sand-like texture on it. I didn't want really big texture since I was going to be handling this a lot. And then once I got that on, I went back over it again with the oyster white acrylic paint. Okay. And then the paper lines I used on this is I used my very favorite single sheet of paper, and that is the London Market, this sheet of paper. This is my very favorite single piece of paper in the whole wide world. Look, I've already cut a piece off of it. And then the paper line that I used most of was the Prima romance novel, and that is my most favorite entire paper line, embellishments, whatever, ever. Okay? Pardon me, just want to take a quick drink of soda. And then I used one other kind of single sheet of paper that had these tags on it, and it's from Canvas Corp. I got it at my local scrapbook store. So let's start down at this left side. What I did was I started with some kind of crocheted ribbon that I got at Walmart, and as you can see, I just kind of bunched it up all the way down the side, this left edge. And then at the top, as you can see, I have a piece of ruler here because this is a sketchbook. I like to use rulers a lot. I don't draw straight lines when I sketch, but I'm always grabbing rulers and stuff for other things, So anyway, I took a piece of ruler and broke it into probably 2-inch length or something like that and kind of tucked it in here. And then all the flowers I used on this are either I Am Rosa's Wild Orchid Crafts, or I got it from Saw Crafter's Zibbit shop. So, and then all the flowers as well, except for the brown ones. The brown ones I used glossy accent on it, and then I took a heat gun and let the heat gun like bubble it up. But the rest of them are all like glimmer misted, and I inked the edges with Color Box chalk, dark brown ink, and then I did like rub and buff over the top of it to give it texture. Sorry, I had to turn my fan off here. Okay, so back up here, I added some of this gem trim that I love to put on my projects. And then this is one of those Tim Holtz metal things, and it says, reality has limits, imagination is boundless. We all know that one, but I thought it was perfect for, sketchbook. And then I missed some more flowers. I've got a Tim Holtz pen nib because I'm sketching, right? Down some more flowers, and then I put in these cute little pair of eyeglasses. I got one pair left. I got a package of 4 at a garage sale, these little craft use eyeglasses, and I just love them. So I tucked that in there. And then on to the right of the eyeglasses, I've got a little light bulb that I got at a garage sale. And then I've got some more flowers coming down. I've got a white spring here I tucked in. At the bottom here is one of those great big baubles, and then some more of that gem trim. Okay, and then we'll come on over here. On this right edge, I'll point this out real quick. This is a ornate metal corner from Wild Orchid Crafts, and I just rub and buffed over the top of it. Now this that you see, it goes all the way down this edge here. This is some of that sticky back stuff that I got at Walmart. I think they use it for repairing cracks or something like that. Anyway, and it's got, like I said, a sticky back to it, but I didn't want to rely just on the sticky back, so I took a spray adhesive and I sprayed it and then laid it down over the top of the layers of my papers. And as you can see, all my layers of my papers in here, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers, and then a bunch of little notes and tags and stuff. And as you can see, I've sewed everything and distressed it and inked it as I usually do and textured it all. I wanted to add a hot air balloon because hot air balloons, I think they're so cute on projects, but I never seem to be able to, make them work on my projects. And I thought, by golly, I'm going to use one on here. So I did. I put one of the romance novel chipboard pieces here. And what I did is just kind of gessoed over the top to give it a whitewash. And then I took my scissors. Let me bring it back up here for a minute. I took my scissors to distress the edge of this. And then this is a tag from the romance novel line. It says note to self. And then this is another tag that says beautiful. And then this one that says unforgettable. And this one, as you can see, and then this one is like popped up, so it gives it some dimension. And then this is a hand from the line. I fussy cut it. It's like my very first fussy cutting ever. I have one piece on the back I fussy cut. You guys would be so proud of me. I've tried fussy cutting before, but I didn't really like how it turned out. And so one night I was talking with Miranda. Hi, Miranda, sweetie. And she told me what she does when she fussy cuts and, kind of to try and get a better result. So I decided I was going to do some fussy cutting on this project, and I did. Super, super proud of myself. Okay, and then so at the edge of this unforgettable sign, I just love this word, so that's why I put it on there. These are some metal letters that say X and O. They're just from my stash. Over the top of this textured tape or whatever, I just did a stamp of a penny farthing because I think penny farthings are really cool, and that's a stamp from the 7 Gypsies stamp line that I picked up at Michael's. Now on the bottom, this side of the unforgettable, I punched a little hole and I added a little Tim Holtz swivel clip. And then on the bottom, as you can see, it's moving under there. But I added some charms as well, and I'll come to that in just a minute. So this fence I picked up at a garage sale, and that was you'll see that in my haul video. This is already the color of it, this real pretty brown color, and all I did was add rub and buff to give it some texture and kind of, make it look a little bit grungy and shabby chic. These wings are just clay wings I made from a, let me set that down a minute, from a line, let me think, Kaisercraft. It's wood wings that I made a mold of, and then I made some clay wings out of that. And they are pink and kind of a cocoa bean copper, and then I think a sunset pink Lindy Stamp Gang, and then a little bit of white over the top of them. And then I also did added some German glitter glass to it, and then added some rub and buff for more texture. And then over the top of that, over the center, is one of those clocks, wooden clocks. And then here are 3 little gems. This one says Believe in Love. It's just from my stash. And then this one is like a little Tim Holtz. I don't feel like my lighting's very good, you guys. Tim Holtz key, and then this is just a little lock. Sorry about the lighting. And then over here, this is just a title from a antique book that I picked up. It says Romeo and Juliet. Even though they died in the end, it's still a love story, right? And then this is a handle that I just kind of put gesso over the top. I got this from Miranda in our last swap we did. So anyway, there is the front of my sketchbook. Now the inside, the front and back on the inside, I didn't do anything to those, of course. Oh, as you can see, look, my first page of my sketchbook is the sketch of my cover of my sketchbook. All I did was just add some, you know, like I said, I did texture and everything, and then I just took 2 paper lines and distressed them and sewed them and gessoed on them a little bit. So there's the front cover. And then there's the back cover inside. And then let me close this and we'll move on to the back. And so this is the back of it. I'll give you kind of a look-see at that. As you can see, it's all really layered and everything like that, but because I wanted to kind of keep it flat, because obviously I'm going to be, you know, having that laying down a lot on that side. So what I did is, let me bring this up. Here's another Wild Orchid Crafts metal photo corner. Here's my other fussy cutting. Look, I fussy cut a circle from the romance novel line. Woo woo! That's exciting, right? And then this paper here is just a paper from a music note sheet book I got. And I chose this because, you know, I don't push it a lot, but I am a Christian, and so I wanted something there that kind of showed my belief in God there. And then this is another from that Canvas Court paper line, Love Is. And then I've got a little pink doily poking out underneath here. It's a little heart doily. Over here's from the romance novel line again. I've got it on like a little Tim Holtz pin. And then down here's another one of the chipboards from the romance novel line, because I just love him holding the pen nib. I think that's cool. Now this image I got off the internet, and I was actually got that image for the swap I'm doing, and I just loved it, and I'm like, I gotta have that image on my project. So I printed one off for myself. I just love that image. It's so sweet. And then this is some lace just from my stash, and then a couple some more tags from the line. And what I liked is it said Telegram by Messenger, and then this tag has the guy on his bike like he's the messenger, so I thought that was cool. And then this is just a game piece I got from an old vintage game piece, and I just loved what it says. It says, just your luck, you have to take a pink card. And I just thought that was cute, so, and then I love the color pink, so I thought it fit in there really great. And then here's another chipboard clock hands from the romance novel line. This is just a clay 2 I made from the metal 2s, Tim Holtz. I made a mold of the metal 2 and then made a clay mold out of that. Clay 2. Here, this is just some, I got this from one of the Zibbet stores recently, so I just, you know, bunched it up, crochet trim down the left side. Okay, now this is, I took some molding paste and I took a mask. This mask is, I got it over here, I want to show you, from the Tattered Angels line, and it's this gate mask because I think it's so cool. I love gates. I think they're really cool. So I use this and mold paste over the top of it, modeling paste. Not mold, modeling, sorry. And it's from this, called Ironworks, this line here of stencils. So that's what that is down there. And then in the top here, this is, I did, again, took modeling paste, and I used this mini chicken wire stencil from the TCW line. So that's how I got that kind of stuff up there. Okay. And then the rest of it is just all, you know, rub and buff all over it. I took gesso and kind of whitewashed in areas again. You know, just adding texture. I think that gate turned out really cool. Oh, and in here, as you can see, here and here and up here and here is some 7 Gypsy stamp I just stamped on with StazOn ink to add some texture to the project. And I love script stamps, so that's why I chose that. But so here is the back as a whole again. But anywho, I just thought I'd share this with you guys. So if you, you know, want to make and design your own little sketchbook, if those of you are out there that are sketchers, you know, it's something you can keep forever. And like I said, I love this because I can, you know, add to it once the paper's gone. But something that you can use over and over again and make it pretty while you sketch, right? If you got to look at it, it might as well be pretty. But just wanted to show you guys that. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. And you know what? Thanks for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.